Let's see, 7A. So, this is just warm-up noises?
Ooh! Ow.
Mr. Krabs will be so proud if I can do it.
Doing SpongeBob for anything is always a joyful experience for me.
Hey, Dutchman, what happens again when the sun sets?
SpongeBob and I are very close. We get along very well. We share a brain. But a movie is always a little bit special. It was just a blast working with all these people on such a great story and such a bigger canvas.
Look out, everyone. Really big.
The legacy cast have worked together for 25 years. They're very comfortable with each other. They're friends.
Break the pipe!
Reverse the curse.
Break the pipe!
Reverse that curse.
Break that pipe!
Turn that page. Hold on while I turn that page. Break that curse.
We all bonded really, really tightly over the last quarter century, and it's been beautiful. Oh, cool.
The alchemy of putting us all together and having us play off each other. It was just kind of lightning in a bottle. We know what to expect from each other.
Wow. Mr. Krabs beatboxing.
It's very easy to work with this group.
I've never felt so respected before.
It's nothing but fun. It's a lot of hard work.
More like a humph, harumph? Yeah. Like a little one syllable harumph.
Yeah.
Maybe I could do it better.
But it's also fun, hard work, and, you know, what more can you ask for in a job than to have nice, talented people to work with?
I'm always good to do some extra passes.
Tom and I would direct the sessions together,
Who's we?
Implied air quotes around.
and he keeps things moving. He's very fun and very animated
Oh, okay.
in real life as well as in cartoon life.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about being in the SpongeBob universe is that high-stakes danger is juxtaposed with the most banal, stupid goofiness that you can imagine.
Ahoy!
Bill and I, we always play SpongeBob and Patrick pretty straight, as if they really exist. And so sometimes I feel like SpongeBob is real and Tom Kenny's imaginary.
Ooh, you're lucky brick.
Working with Tom is wonderful. And I love SpongeBob and Patrick scenes. And I try to consider every potential avenue when we get to record one.
Bubble break! Bubble break! Bubble break!
We've worked together so much now that really, most of the time, I know what he's going to say before he says it.
I'm puzzled. Could you please explain to me with using your arms?
SpongeBob and Patrick are a comedy team, and they have a genuine love for each other.
Don't worry, Patrick. We laugh at danger!
And I think both the SpongeBob and Patrick relationship and the Tom and Bill relationship are both really palpable and real, and I don't think you could have one without the other. The main difference is that Bill's not quite as smart as Patrick.
This award is half yours.
Yay!
Here's your half.
No, I'm kidding.
It helps when you are doing dialogue with a character.
How'd you understand that?
I don't know. It helps to anticipate how Rodger Bumpass might do it, how Clancy Brown might do it. I wish I had different syllables to work with. There's nothing like actually responding to Clancy Brown live during the session.
Hold on, lad!
As I'm driving my car to the studio to record the session, I say,
Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you.
To start recording Squidward, I walk in the door and I start talking like him just like that, and then I can't get away from it for like 2 hours.
Does this seem a little convenient?
Nonsense.
The most fun part is working with the cast members and doing something that you love.
Say the word anytime now. Sooner the better.
To know someone and work with someone for over 25 years.
Whoa!
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 Is really unusual and strange and beautiful. I love it and appreciate it every single day.
Bikini bottom bubble hug!
Is this really necessary?
Meow!
Being a part of something that has become iconic and is so widespread in its viewership and fandom
You're pushing this tub way too hard.
is a dream come true for me. And to have it last that long and have so many young people come up and say thank you for my childhood, it is literally the best job in the world.
Not bad.
We're like, I hope I'm SpongeBob forever. Well, I hope I'm Patrick forever.
I hope I'm Squidward forever, sort of. Well, maybe not forever.
That would be grand.
We all want to keep doing this as long as we can because why wouldn't we?
Yeah, baby!
Bye, everybody! So, how does this end, or?
There's something about Bikini Bottom that's like Oz.
Morning, Squidward! Wanna hear my big news?
You're so swept up in the story that I want to be there.
Only if you put on some pants. It feels amazing to do my first animation picture.
When they call you and they say, hey, how would you like to be in SpongeBob? Yeah, of course.
Permission to come aboard, sir!
Granted, shipmate!
Welcome aboard. Come on, right this way.
Cinch up your trousers, me hearties!
There's this brand new discovery, this ingenue.
Oh, yeah?
A guy named Mark Hamill, who we discovered. Mark plays the Flying Dutchman.
Who blew my hornpipe?
They asked me if I would be interested. They sent me the script. I read it, I loved it, and I said, where do I sign?
You're the very swab I've been looking for!
Being able to be in this movie with him and guide his vocal performance as the Flying Dutchman was just a dream come true.
Mark's the nicest guy on the planet.
Quiet! You don't matter.
When you talk to him in real life, he's this very sweet, nice guy, and then he puts on that voice and he's terrifying.
You'll never see him again. He's very guttural. He's all down here. And he stretches things out.
He brought a real gravitas to this character. The whole idea is to play it straight and let the comedy come from the character, and he does that amazingly well.
Tell me, laddie, can you blow a bubble?
The challenges of playing the Flying Dutchman were unique because I've never been asked to play something that big. There were no boundaries. You could be as big as you want, as outrageous as you want, and have the time of your life, which I did.
He ain't gonna last long in the underworld.
Come on, Bob, read the room.
This movie's Fresh Fish special is Regina Hall as Barb.
Know what I'm saying?
You're on my foot. I was really excited. It's my first animated project. I was like, oh, I'm a fish named Barb with one eye and bad teeth. I couldn't resist.
Regina was really funny. She's done a lot of comedies, but with SpongeBob, you can be broad. You can go out and be sillier than maybe you normally could be. And she really got into it.
The first thing I thought was, how does Barb sound? How piratey could I go? Captain, this lubber is a complete barnacle brain.
She had this gravelly, squeaky kind of a voice. It worked well against the Dutchman.
And I know what's in the fine print. It's fun doing the voices and hearing it come together. Every time you go back to a session, they show you a little bit more that you're trying to match to the animation, so you're coming alive with it. He's distracting the fool. Their friendship is a problem. One more.
We interrupt this movie for an important message from Paramount Studios.
This picture's gone completely off the rails!
Having George come in was super fun. We had him play this fish executive character as a quick aside. We said, you're just angry and you're yelling at these people ruining your film.
Get Sandy Cheeks in this movie pronto! To me, this is like taking part of animation at the highest level. Who is it? Hey, what? Get out of here! Get out! It's exciting.
Is this where I order?
Sherry Cola came in and she just had a bunch of ideas for how to try different things.
It's pretty funny and aggressive. There's something interesting there.
She had this fun confidence to her that comes through in the character.
I love it.
Don't waste my time, Squirt.
Ice Spice plays a carnival worker who is much annoyed with SpongeBob and Patrick.
You again.
She was a natural.
Don't make me call security.
The amazing thing about SpongeBob is it spans so many decades. It's an American institution at this point.
There's not a part of SpongeBob that's not relatable.
Coach Tuna!
You still owe me laps.
Incoming fire!
This was a perfect mix of finding something for everybody.
This was just so much fun from start to finish.
Ready, Dutch?
Bang it!
I don't expect to have this much fun on a set in the foreseeable future.
On your feet, you sea-drinking pollywog. You're in the company of the Flying Dutchman.
The Flying Dutchman is part of the history of the show.
The most pants-wettingly scariest ghost to ever roam the high seas? Oh, my lucky brick.
We all know who the Dutchman is, but we'd never seen where the Dutchman comes from.
He's a ghost outside our normal SpongeBob world, but in this movie we reveal that the Dutchman has a chance to break his curse.
Break your curse. My curse.
And the only way he can break his curse is through the heart of an innocent soul. And so, of course, that's SpongeBob.
Really?
Hang on to your square, Terrier. Guess who's cursed now?
Once upon a time, long ago, come on.
The Flying Dutchman is a mythical character who basically would travel the world and steal sailors' souls and take them down to Davy Jones's locker.
The entrance to the Underworld.
In our universe, he's a little lighter than that. He still does those things, but he does it in a really funny way.
He's tortured and cursed to sail the seas for eternity as this miserable, wretched demon.
He's deadly serious. He is an evil guy. He's the perfect foil for such lovable, sincere, wonderful characters.
Maybe I'm not ready for this place.
He's a little bit scary, but he's a little bit silly, too.
Aye, you laugh at danger.
He was one of the more complex characters. He's a ghost. We have to have transparency. He has a glow around him to show his ghostliness. We wanted to make sure that he came off scary enough, but also silly.
Look! More danger!
In the show, they already set up his design in a lot of ways, and they set up his color, and they set up his ship, and so we wanted to make it more cinematic.
Ooh, swashbuckler shine.
It's not swashbuckler shine.
Yeah, no, it ain't.
There is a portion of the film where the Flying Dutchman turns into a human version of himself. Not animated, but in the real world.
I'm here, surface world, and I am ready to party! Woo-hoo! Yeah!
From the waist up, I'm dressed like I'm supposed to be. From the waist down, I'm wearing these ridiculous multicolored shorts and sneakers.
I left my dignity in the trailer.
I can't remember having that much fun doing live action because it was like doing children's theater. There is no too big when you're playing a pirate like this. I mean, come on, pushing a little girl off the sidewalk, grabbing a little boy's ice cream cone. That's villainy above and beyond the Call of Duty. I was just giddy all day long.
Mark Hamill's in Bikini Bottom. That's awesome.
Mark wears this amazing prosthetic makeup that kind of approximates the crazy look of our 2D animated Flying Dutchman.
We share secrets, complain about our loved ones.
Working with the makeup department and hair, we lay a beard down, a mustache. He has a hairpiece that wraps around the bald cap we do. And then his hands are painted, his neck is painted, everything gets painted. Here we have one of the hero prosthetic noses for Mark. And this one is more of the stunt version. The nose is glued on.
I'm just trying to remember if I remembered to blow my nose. I'm too late now.
First day on the set, he walked onto the stage and you just didn't recognize him.
Santa Monica. Woohoo! Paradise!
He just was transformed physically into the character. It was just so silly, and he just played it so straight.
You? What are you doing here? I served my time as Dutchman, and I'm not going back.
It was 2.5 hours in the makeup chair. It was liberating because I looked in the mirror. It's not Mark Hamill, so I don't take responsibility for any of my behavior. And it's wicked indeed.
Roll it, please. Rolling, rolling.
Action.
Mark just leaned into it, embraced it.
It was super exciting to see him play. He was super fun to work with.
Give me that.
I loved it because it was so inherently silly.
Waiter, 10 o'clock!
Huh?
People are really gonna get a dose of full-on, funny Mark Hamill.
Woohoo! What? Oh, fish sticks.
Standing at a full 36 clams high and hailing all the way from Bikini Bottom, my best friend, SpongeBob SquareShorts!
SpongeBob is so iconic, so funny, so silly.
There's a leveling up each time we do another movie in this style, and this is the best that these characters have looked in CG.
The Dutchman's taken SpongeBob to the deepest, most dangerous part of the sea.
The Underworld is nothing that the SpongeBob universe has ever seen before. It's creepy and funny and filled with really bizarre characters, and it looks beautiful.
A realm of dark magic called the Underworld.
Underwear? Underwear.
A trip to the Underworld is not for the faint of heart.
We wanted this movie to look true to the series as much as possible, design-wise, but of course we want to elevate it for the big screen and really translate the 2D look and ideas into CG.
That makes sense.
Make it feel fresh and new, especially in terms of color and lighting.
We wanted the characters to feel like they were of their original form, but with dimensionality. Still have some 2D qualities to them and the swash and stretch that you could do with drawing that we actually broke a lot of animation rules to get to work in CG as well.
Howdy do, SpongeBob!
In the show, it's a lot like squiggly line work and hand-drawn. So how we interpret that 3D was like these things would be made by hand and clay or sculpted in that way.
We have this painterly style in the movie. I wasn't quite sure if it was going to work out, but Pablo would just push for these different looks.
Can't stop, won't stop, no stop!
Thanks to him, he made it happen.
Welcome to the Underworld!
The Underworld was this new location in Bikini Bottom that after 25 years we discovered. So there's a lot of pressure on that because it's got to really feel like it fits into the show. But
surfer toilets!
But it's got to feel different. It's got to feel unique.
You go into a whole new space in the ocean that you've never seen before. It's so creative and just a terrifying place to be.
Aye, dangerous waters.
We thought maybe underwater caves could be a good start.
I found some photographs of underwater caves where you could see the stalactites coming through the top of the surface of the water. And they were beautiful. A lot of pictures of dried lava. It's almost like little faces and it's kind of creep bones.
We've gone a little deeper and a little richer with the atmosphere. It's dark and creepy.
I mean...
It's a scary place. It's Dante's Inferno meets the Mariana Trench, you know, times 10,000.
What, oof?
Not sure what that means.
Plus, it's hard to hear with all the sounds.
We didn't want to be too monochromatic, so we added sticky bar colors to it.
You get to play with a whole new palette that's different than our traditional Bikini Bottom, and that was fun to play in that new place.
The Underworld is inhabited by a bunch of bizarre creatures that came from the mind of our visual development team.
As we were developing the environment, we thought, oh, what if all the creatures are kind of nautical?
So when the audience looks at it, they recognize we have an octopus made of rope. We have giant jellyfish with fish hook at the bottom of its tentacles. We have giant bats that look like anchors.
We had a fantastic character designer that came up with so many pages and pages of characters.
The team, they did a really exceptional job populating this world. It's super fun.
Come play with us.
Cover your ears, Squidward! Those are sirens! Tempted us into a smooth jazz trap!
Working the movie is very surreal for me. I come from Brazil, and so it always felt so far away from me. So it's like definitely a career high.
The art department did such a great job. The movie looks beautiful.
Really?
I think we had one of the best crews I've ever been a part of.
There's no telling what trouble that cutthroat pirate will cause.
There's always this tone of like, it just needs to be silly. We need to be having fun.
I came here to do two things. Kick butt and blow bubbles. Looks like I'm all out of butt.
Getting to do that was the best part.
Ew.